It's your future. Own it.
I just realized I have rhythm because my foot was going the same as yours. It just happened today. I'm so proud of myself.
Well done.
Thank you, you guys. Appreciate you coming in.
I was curious when you first went to Hollywood. The rumor was that you lived at the Chateau Marmont, that very famous hotel. Yes. What was that all about? Why'd you decide to live in a hotel?
Well, actually, I was born and raised in Los Angeles.
Okay.
But, we had been on this long tour, so we really had nowhere to live because we had to kind of give up our apartments and our condos or whatever they were, houses. So I just said condo. I didn't. No
You
one
never
has,
had a condo.
No one had a condo.
Nobody had a condo.
And so we were home, literally home. We had no homes when we got back from that whirlwind of an experience. So I did what I was supposed to do. I checked into an amazing hotel in California, and yeah, it was insane. It was really fun. It was like some of the best times in my life were there. Actually.
What made it insane?
We just had a blast. We had all this newfound amazing success, and didn't have to worry about our credit cards getting declined, and just ate a lot of food, relaxed. We had been working for so long that it was just this amazing thing. Oh my God, now we can actually enjoy it. And so I look back on that whole thing very, very fondly. Were
there any Hollywood regulars that were sort of always around that hotel that you were surprised to see? Well,
obviously there's a lot of traffic because there's a lot of actors and things stay there. But there was actually this really amazing waiter. His name was Rami. He's still there, actually. He's this incredible guy. He's worked at the Chateau for like 600 years. He's not a young man, but he has a guitar and he comes out and he sings songs and he does these amazing renditions of like country songs and things like that. So we'd drink a lot of wine and sing songs together. Country Road is his favorite. But he has this really high voice, so it's like, Country Road, take me home. And he like very little emotion, to a place I belong, West Virginia, Monte Mama. And you're like, wow, that's awesome, dude. He knows every song ever written of him.
You stay in touch with Rami?
By the way, that's exactly what he sounds like. Really good impression. But no, because I go back there every once in a while for, dinner or something, and they're kind of like a second family. They're wonderful people.
Was that the first time that you sort of felt like we can breathe a little easier now because we've just sort of now made it?
That's basically what that time was.
Yeah.
I think we were working so often and so much and having an amazing time. There's no time like it, but then when we actually got to just sit and smile and enjoy it, that was a pretty wonderful.
Because we were on tour for Songs About Jane for 4 years.
Yeah.
Starting from playing Smith's Old Bar and carrying our equipment, up that staircase.
Local reference points. Yes.
Smith's Old Bar, anybody?
You had that one grueling. That was grueling. You're like, yes, we've been on tour for many years. We played your Smith's Old Bar.
Insert local venue.
Do you guys have the fear now? Because obviously when you start off your career, you're not sure if you're going to make it. Now, with the last album, I think you guys have sold like 1.6 million albums or something. Do you still live with the fear that the next one's not going to be successful?
Honestly, I can't really gauge it by those things anymore. Obviously, the record business is also in decline as we're speaking. Everything is kind of just going to poop. I can't say the S word, but I would. I don't know why I even know why I said poop. That's not a good word. But yeah, no, we're happy. We have fans and people love our music, and so as long as that's the case, we'll be happy. But we're not going to use the measuring stick of numbers and things like that. As much as I get obsessed with them, like everyone else, like.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, you like to know what's happening.
When you say obsessed about it and you want to know, like, are you on the phone with the record company
I sleep
the first
with the chart
day?
under my pillow.
How do they let you know? Is it a daily thing? Is it a weekly thing?
I find out sporadically, like every once in a while, depending on where I am and what day it is and things.
Do you think if Songs About Jane came out today, you guys would have the same support that you did back then?
I have no idea. It's hard to know because so much of it happening in the first place has to do with luck and timing and the songs connecting at a certain moment, and it's too hard to say, I think.
And it did take a while for that album to finally have the notoriety and the popularity. How did you guys stick with it throughout the time from when it was put out until when it was really successful?
We worked so much,
and it was always getting better. From week to week, we would always sell like a few more records, even if it was only a few. So that always kept us going because there was always something ahead of us.
It was also, that's the thing. It was great to see, we sell 300 albums in a week. and then 306 albums, like that was a success. And you know, you find out where he sold them, and it was so exciting to have the whole thing build up. And then, yeah, I mean, it got to one point with Songs About Jane where we had sold like a few hundred records a week up to like, I think it got to a point where we sold like 75, 80,000 in one week, and we were like, wow, just to watch it hit, it went from this little seedling to like this massive thing. It's insane. It's really early, and I haven't had coffee or anything.
We can get you some coffee. It's not
really,
good.
Really articulate.
It's office coffee, but we can get you
It's
some.
bad. It's really bad. Is it correct that there were 5 years between Songs About Jane and the latest studio album? Yeah. And that seems, I'm not real familiar with that part of the industry, honestly, but it seems like a long period of time.
Well, it was because it took so long for us to get to that point. I mean, the record initially came out on an independent label, so it was a couple years before it actually came out on the big label, and it was a couple years before the radio really started playing it, or before MTV or VH1. So at that point, then, you know, once the success started happening, then we had to start over with touring. So I mean, it took 4 years.
Yeah.
And then we only took a year to make the last record, which isn't a long time, but you know, that was also the first time we had a break and had been home. So we took our time making the record.
All right, more with Maroon 5, Adam Levine, and James Valentine here in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to The Bert Show and Q100.